Have you ever wondered what life would be like without sugar? And what if I told you that, in just 14 days, you could experience an incredible transformation in your body and well-being? Today, we'll dive into this journey of discoveries based on the insights and knowledge of the renowned American doctor, Dr. Eric Berg. Ready to give your health a reboot? Let's go! Embarking on the 14-day sugar-free journey, a noticeable change awaits you. Your face will not only be freed from the sensation of puffiness, but will also take on more defined contours and a slimmer appearance. And it's not just the face that benefits, the abdominal region also undergoes a remarkable transformation. The explanation for this fat loss is fascinating. By default, our body uses sugar and fat as its main sources of fuel. When presented with these two options, it almost always chooses sugar. However, by eliminating sugar from your diet for 2 weeks, your body has no choice but to resort to burning fat as its sole source of energy. The second transformation that will occur when cutting sugar will be beneficial for 4 essential parts of your body: the eyes, the brain, the arteries, and the kidneys. By leaving sugar behind, your eyes will thank you with a clearer and less blurry vision. Eyes are particularly sensitive to sugar. It's no coincidence that diabetes can lead to diabetic retinopathy, a condition caused by damage to the blood vessels in the retina. As for the kidneys, they will also experience significant improvements. Kidneys, being organs susceptible to the harmful effects of excess sugar, can result in issues such as the presence of sugar or protein in the urine. Sugar induces inflammation, similar to rust-damaging pipes, affecting the small renal blood vessels. When these vessels are compromised, the kidneys struggle to filter substances, leading to the presence of sugar and protein in the urine. This condition is known as diabetic nephropathy, where nephrons, the filtering units of the kidneys, begin to function more efficiently, providing a significant improvement in renal function. Now, let's explore the positive effects of cutting sugar on the arteries, where prolonged presence of high glucose levels can cause damage, contributing to the development of vascular diseases often referred to as diabetic vascular complications. However, by eliminating sugar, all the arterial damage resulting from inflammation caused by excess glucose will begin to heal. Sugar also has a negative impact on cholesterol, and by cutting it out, you will observe a significant improvement in your cholesterol levels. Lastly, let's focus on the brain. Reducing or eliminating sugar from your diet is the first step in the recovery of brain nerves. If you have a diabetic condition known as peripheral neuropathy, where nerves in the extremities of your feet are damaged, this condition will begin to improve. With many nerves in the brain as a whole, we will see improvements, especially in cognitive function and mood. This translates to enhanced memory and concentration, leading to an overall sense of happiness. One intriguing aspect that leaves Dr. Eric Berg impressed is the fascinating nature of diabetes. This condition is diagnosed by an excess of sugar in the blood, leading to the logical conclusion that the most direct approach would be to reduce sugar consumption. However, unfortunately, many professionals do not share this conclusion when dealing with diabetes. Generally, when it comes to diabetes, 2 main causes are often pointed out: lifestyle and genetics. Factors such as obesity, poor diet, sedentary behavior, and genetic inheritance from family members are frequently highlighted. Some even mention urbanization, suggesting that moving to a big city increases the risk of developing diabetes. The curious thing is that the role of sugar in this condition is often underestimated, which is surprising. Instead of emphasizing sugar, many professionals blame saturated fat, but this association doesn't make sense. If you suspect that saturated fat is the issue, know that, in reality, it's carbohydrates that play this role. Some approaches to improving nutrition recommend diets high in grains, including whole grains. However, even whole grains consist mostly of about 85% carbohydrates. So it's clear, cutting sugar is the primary strategy in combating diabetes. Before we continue, I want to ask, are you enjoying this information so far? If yes, how about showing your support by hitting the like button and subscribing to the Essential Wellness channel to stay in the loop with everything we share? Oh, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. Your support is crucial for us to keep bringing valuable content. Now, let's get back to the fascinating insights on health. The third noticeable change comes when you observe a decrease in nighttime bathroom visits. This happens because water follows the path of sugar. When you consume sugar, it enters the bloodstream, is filtered by the kidneys, resulting in increased urination, especially at night. Cutting sugar entirely can mean fewer interruptions during the night. Dr. Eric Berg has had patients who used to wake up several times a night to urinate, but after cutting sugar, they started enjoying more restful nights. While this improvement may take a few weeks, the benefit to sleep quality is worth it. The next area that will see improvements is your energy levels. This is because the body has two main fuels, sugar and fat. However, the body stores much more energy in the form of fat than in sugar. Even a lean person, on average, carries about 100,000 calories of fat, compared to only about 1,700 calories of sugar. Picture this like comparing a car to a remote control battery. Depending solely on the sugar battery to fuel the body results in constant hunger, cravings, and mood and energy fluctuations. On the other hand, when the body uses fat as fuel, these energy and mood swings decrease. Naturally, the body should turn to fat to produce energy between meals, but this rarely happens due to high blood sugar levels from poor eating habits. By cutting sugar from your diet, the body is forced to use fat as fuel, providing greater energy and alertness throughout the day. This benefits not only the body but also enhances brain function. This brings us to the next point, cravings. The reason your cravings between meals diminish is that, even when you're not eating, your body is feeding off its stored fat. It naturally satisfies itself, leading to a feeling of fullness and, consequently, a reduction in hunger. The only way to stimulate this process is by cutting sugar and reducing the frequency of meals throughout the day. If you're wondering how to get rid of sugar cravings, the answer is quite simple: stop eating sugar. This process takes about 3 days, and although it may seem challenging, it's not impossible. Anyone can do it. All it takes is genuine commitment and diving headfirst into the decision. When you choose to do this, it's crucial to reduce carbohydrate intake to less than 50 grams per day, including fruits, honey, and refined carbohydrates such as bread, pasta, cereals, cookies, cakes, and others. On average, an American consumes about 13 teaspoons of added sugar per day, which is approximately 54 grams of sugar. However, it's important to note that this refers only to added sugar. If we consider the amount of sugar in other carbohydrate sources such as bread, cereals, cookies, pancakes, and beverages like wine, beer, soda, juice, among others, we're talking about approximately 300 grams of sugar per day. Therefore, the issue of added sugar is just the tip of the iceberg. The real problem lies in carbohydrate sources that convert into sugar in the body. That's why you feel so good when you cut sugar and allow the body to burn fat. Your mood improves, cognitive function sharpens, your face becomes less swollen, your belly reduces, and your desire for sugar practically disappears. The sixth noticeable change is less stiffness, pain, and inflammation. Even your arteries will become less rigid, meaning your blood pressure will be closer to normalizing and you'll need less medication. Additionally, if you're taking anti-inflammatories, it's likely you can stop or significantly reduce them since inflammation will be under control. This applies not only to internal inflammation of tissues within the arteries but also to the eyes, kidneys, and nervous system. When arteries suffer from deep inflammation, their walls thicken, reducing space for blood flow and increasing the chances of blockages. However, by giving up sugar, you allow blood to flow freely to the tissues. The seventh change, the most noticeable of all, is weight loss. Not just weight related to fluids, but also fat. Initially, weight loss will be prominent in the form of water. This is because glycogen, the way glucose is stored in our body, has about 3 times its weight in water. Therefore, stored sugar essentially acts like a sponge full of fluids. In the first 2 weeks, you could lose around 5 kilograms just by cutting out sugar. Many people attempting weight loss often try a high-carb diet, but doing so is like swimming against the current. It's extremely challenging to sustain the plan long-term with constant cravings and hunger. The next benefit is that your skin will become more beautiful. This happens because skin issues like acne, dermatitis, and red rashes will improve. By reducing inflammation throughout the body, including the skin, you'll especially notice this on your face. Not only will the skin in this region become clearer, but it will also be less swollen around the eyes and cheeks, often attributed to excessive carbohydrate consumption. Last but not least, we emphasize the improved insulin resistance, a crucial element in the health issues that affect the majority of people. Insulin resistance occurs when the body loses efficiency in responding to insulin, released in reaction to the consumption of sugar and carbohydrates. This resistance is essentially a form of rejection by the body, and it can evolve into glucose intolerance, another manifestation of this resistance. Over time, excessive sugar consumption leads the body to create a barrier, a resistance to sugar, similar to what happens with insulin. When there is an excess of insulin in the body, it becomes toxic and dangerous, leading the body to develop resistance as a form of self-defense. To cope with this issue, the body reacts by producing even more insulin in an attempt to overcome this barrier, resulting in the aforementioned side effects. As time passes, the pancreas depletes itself by producing excessive insulin to compensate for this barrier, eventually leading to a reduction in insulin production. This is the path that leads many people to develop prediabetes and diabetes because the pancreas can no longer overcome this situation, producing insufficient insulin to control blood glucose. With insulin resistance, metabolism slows down and the body establishes a balance at a certain weight that is difficult to surpass, regardless of efforts. Insulin plays a crucial role not only in regulating glucose but also in the absorption of various nutrients, such as potassium, magnesium, vitamin B1, calcium, and essential amino acids for protein formation. By cutting or at least drastically reducing sugar consumption, insulin efficiency improves, optimizing the absorption of these nutrients. This not only helps reduce liver fat but also lowers the risk of heart diseases, strokes, and even cancer. So, stop contemplating whether to start or not and simply begin right now. And here we conclude our journey of discoveries about the incredible benefits of going sugar-free for 14 days, based on the insights of the renowned Dr. Eric Berg. We hope this information has been valuable to you and that you're excited to embark on this transformation for your health. If you enjoyed this content and want to stay updated on more tips about wellness and health, don't forget to subscribe to the Essential Wellness channel. Click the subscribe button, hit the bell icon for notifications, and give us a thumbs up if this information has been helpful to you. Thank you for being with us until the end, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, take good care of your health.